we are moving to French derby, Milena versus Robin. Milena took black, Robin took white. And it all starts with this Joseki. This is possible to play. White has this move, white also has that move, both possible. Luckily for black, the ladder works for black. The ladder's way is here. So, if the ladder works for black, maybe black can be satisfied. In the game it looks like this. Why should black be satisfied if the ladder works? Well, a very simple tewari. This is not the last tewari today. We will see even more powerful tewaris in the next commentaries. But for now, let's look at this. This Joseki, in which white, instead of extending, plays this move and that. This is for sure very good for black. And then let's imagine this exchange, good for black. This exchange changes almost nothing. And this exchange, well, surely better for white because the ladder breaker can be more of a problem than moves on the outside around here. But still, rather looks good for black. Only if the ladder breaker is quite efficient, it can be alright for white. But if it is just a simple move, I don't know, let's say just a normal move, black also doesn't necessarily need to capture. Black can play a more active move in such case, which also has value. Maybe the ladder breaker has bigger value than just such a move, but still, probably this should be a better result for black, unless there is a powerful ladder breaker. So, is there? And the answer is yes, there is. White can play here, and black cannot play this one. This is the most powerful type of a ladder breaker because it's on the path on your opponent's stones. So there is no good answer. If you play a ladder breaker on the path of your own stones, then often your opponent can still discuss somehow. For example, I mean here, in this case no, but let's say this move. If white plays this move, black can still start a discussion and say, your ladder breaker doesn't work. And yeah, black is correct. And now, still doesn't work. And white plays here, and now black says, okay, the ladder breaker is not that painful. So it's better if you find a stone, if you find a good place for your ladder breaker on the path of your opponent's stones. Black cannot make any discussion. Black needs to finish the ladder, and now white creates a powerful shape. This would be quite good of a compensation for white. But in the game, white plays this move instead, and black defends against breakers, ladder breakers, by answering on the other side. This is very smart by black, but even if black answered in a normal fashion, then still the ladder breaker which white gets would not be as powerful as it would have been if had white played there on the first place. Because now this A-B exchange is not necessary for white. White could have just started with C, continued with D, it would have been better. So, if you, when you are to find ladder breaker, have no mercy. And don't think of, what is the proper way? There is completely no need for a proper way when it comes to ladder breakers. You don't need to find a Joseki, which gives you a stone which breaks the ladder. Just play this stone knowing that your opponent cannot answer. This is unthinkable that now black answers and gives white the right to go out from that ladder. That ladder is too important. So this was not the best by black, how black handled the ladder. And now, black captured. In such case, when there are no liberty problems of these stones, you can play a further move, and it will be probably more efficient than just capturing the stone. But capturing a stone is of course a good way. Yes. The game continues, and now black plays a not common move. So the common play, most common, is the knight's move, and also the Kosumi is sometimes seen. Now black's shape is quite good. White doesn't have any smart continuation cutting black, because this cut is not scary for black. But black attaches, which looks a bit suspicious. There is quite an obvious weakness in black's shape. For now, white played elsewhere, but then tried to use it, hoping that black peacefully answers and white gets to cut black on the outside. Well, still it's a bit unclear, but yeah, it's certainly difficult for black to handle the situation properly. But black simply answered from the other side, and this was very agile by black, very well timed. I think that white should have started with this move, because now it's difficult for black to play from the outside. Before, white made these exchanges which strengthened black. Now white's group is certainly more live, certainly healthier than in the other variation. And if black answers here, then well, now we can go for this and that. Now maybe black doesn't answer like that, but we gain really a lot in this way. So the order of moves was the issue in this variation. This was too easy for black, and now well, white still gets some stones on the outside, but black protected the whole corner. And unfortunately for white has two groups which are split inside the zone of black's influence. White still pretends to connect them, but it's not really good to pretend in Go, because no one will get tricked by such claim. Why not this? Why not this? If black answers like that, well, maybe soon we manage to connect our stones, and even if not, even if black finds time to split us, we will get another move in the center, and also we will sacrifice the bottom stones quite easily. And if black tries to cut, well, we simply jump, no? Still, yeah, we are split, but I think it's much better than pretending like that. Like that, black simply went through, and now black can even ignore, I think, though, no, alright, maybe not. Better to answer. Black answered, maybe better to answer from the outside, because, yeah, because why not from the outside? I mean, after this move, white has quite a clear way out, which maybe will let white connect everything. But somehow white didn't cut. I don't know why. The cut is super powerful. Maybe white was afraid of this variation. Well, alright. White dies, but white gets a compensation. So not sure if this is something to be afraid of. And white played this move, which is not a shape. Now this is a very, very bad exchange. And still white won't have a possibility to connect the groups. White went like that, and now black did a very not understandable thing. There was a chance to cut white's groups, and this is of utmost importance to cut them. But instead black found out that she can run out with the stone. That's true. The stone can run out. But white gets such a powerful outside, and now suddenly white connected everything and simply got rid of a burden here. Yes, it costed 12 points, maybe 15 at most. Black gained 15 points in exchange, but white solved all of the problems, and suddenly it is white who is powerful in the center of the board. This group of black is not completely healthy, so this was a very bad decision by black. It was much better to cut white and keep white having problems. The third game today, when I give this advice, don't solve the problems of your opponent for them. This really solved the problem by black's greed. Black was greedy to simply capture a few stones, but it lacked the bigger picture. Then white plays on the top. Surely it's a big move, but black continues by attacking white's group. This was powerful, and I don't know why black stopped. This group is very thin. So if black keeps playing next to it, black is guaranteed to get quite some profit. Maybe like this, and maybe even a clamp. The group doesn't have easy to ice. So if it gets enclosed, it might in the worst case die, but well, probably it will not die. But well, if it's like this, already black gained a lot. And certainly these moves are center. So maybe we are more afraid that white extends, but we want this direction of play. We want to get these stones because white at the same time gets nothing, gets neutral points thanks to our strength. We want to press our opponent onto our strength. Like this, our opponent plays neutral points, and we end up, or maybe without that, we end up getting very valuable stones in center, all in center. So play next to weak groups, that's a very universal wisdom. Go wisdom. Black plays elsewhere, and this move is not very much of a center, especially that white already played that one, which will certainly help in a fight which will be initiated by black's attachment at B, which means that white have time now to protect the group, and this is the most valuable move. But instead, white answers black's move. Okay, only answer once. That's fine. Though probably it's not a game. If you look at this exchange, B is more of a place where black wants to have a stone and not A. If white starts from this, black is rather going to play here and not there. But fine. Good that white protected the group. This is a bit of a strange direction of play, though a big move, very big move, but white should not have too difficult time going out. I think that now it's time to attach and play here. This is a powerful way. Like this, play like that. Something like this. One possibility. Or you can play something more, something less complicated like this. Very, very big move. Very, very big move. White will add a stone. Maybe here. Yeah. So for now, black plays elsewhere. White tries to attack black, but I said that black is not healthy, but in fact, it's not. He's not in a direct danger either. I think black can ignore this move. For example, like this, black is not hurt. Like this, black can descend in center. This descend also in center. And make life easily. So, well, I guess white can get this stone in center. This might be true. But even if it's so, the continuation against the corner is not too scary for black, I believe. But black answers. Well, not needed. If there is no risk, then let's play this. It's more important. Not that white's move is with no value. It also creates a moyo, but still. Black went out instead, and then white goes out. Also makes sense. Yes, it all makes sense. Black plays attachment, but yeah, this is very big. The biggest move in such situation. And this tries to be an attack, but this attack cannot succeed. White simply goes out and there is no point. It would have been better to get such a stone in center, and this might be center. And then we have a better, it's a better preparation for the fight on the top. And then black kept insisting on this fight, I don't know why. But in the end it works somehow. Black gets a Ponuki, but white also finds a good play. Maybe even the Ponuki was not the most powerful way. Though I don't know. Ponuki is good. Yeah, some exchange happened here, but would have been better to start with a normal move. An exchange. Then black was a bit scared to play the more powerful move. This is a general thing, that this double honey is more powerful. Like when you have this Joseki with a Tenuki, then you can play like this. You have a right to do so, but it's usually more powerful to play like that, because your opponent cannot capture your stone, as there is a problem in the corner. So wait, which is better? Is this better? I don't think it is. This should be good, no? Maybe no. Is this better? Like this? Anyway, there is a problem in the corner, so black does not go for that. Instead, black plays like this. And this is a Joseki. And in the game, we have a similar shape. And extension is not so powerful. Better to play double hane, because white cannot go for this. So white will instead play Atari from the other side. But we shouldn't really be afraid of such variation, because the group on the top will live easily, and the group on the left side will also live, so we will just reduce white's territory much more. Yeah, probably it was better to play here. Black did not expect that white will ignore the move. The ignore was quite smart. But then black somehow got doubts in herself, and well, black should have played here. It's a big move after all, but instead ended up adding a stone here and giving white the corner back. So then it's not coherent. Black's plan is not coherent. Then it was certainly better to start with an extension. Alright, so this was not very successful by black, but still white's territory got reduced quite much. The game is alright. I mean, it started good for black. Then here it also was going good for black, but then black captured the stones, so probably it became even. And now, yeah, it's just a normal game. I think we can play slowly, play an endgame and try to win in the endgame. But black desperately tried to find agi which will just break white's shape, like if black thought that she simply loses if she doesn't find anything like that. So currently, well, black played these moves, and now it is possible to get this in center, for example, and slowly continue the endgame. But instead, black tried to cut off, to split white, but it didn't work because white had this Tesuji, and like if white plays here, then at least black can do it in center. But white had the Tesuji, and black ends up in Gote, and this is terrible because point-wise it's not good for black. Black gained 3 points and reduced white's territory by maybe 5, but here white gained access to black's territory, which is also worth 8 points at least, and maybe even black's group is in danger. If white adds a move, well, yeah, black certainly needs to continue. And black lost center on this whole action, so this was very, very bad idea by black, and black should have played calmly, not trying to necessarily destroy white's shape completely and win by 20 points. Just play slowly. In the game, black lost center here, and from now on it was difficult because white gained this last big move in the center. Black then tried to cut white, but it didn't work, and then black resigned. So now, yeah, now black is indeed behind. Still, I think that even now it's possible to play slowly, play here, and try to continue the game. If you count points, the difference shouldn't be large. But yeah, black seemed to be desperate already before this, already when playing this sequence, and it was unnecessary. The game was not decided yet. Yeah, so this is it about this game, and we will move to the next one. We will move to Group B.